From Twilight to Twigs, Robert Pattinson has had some highly publicized relationships, and not all of them ended in roses and smiles. If you loved his broody character in the Twilight saga movies, or you just got to appreciate how dark he was in Batman, you definitely know that Robert Pattinson plays the part of the internally suffering hero quite well. But what you don't know is that his personal life experiences have contributed to the perfection of that persona. Robert Pattinson's dating history is much darker than you think, and the details are shocking. The Twilight saga movies launched Robert Pattinson to the global limelight, but his recent appearance as Batman is a strong reminder of his brilliant talent. Robert Pattinson brought it all to the scenes of the streets of Gotham, but the dark character of Gotham's hero is not the only thing that's dark about his career and time in the spotlight. Robert Pattinson's climb to the top of the acting world was based on a series of small wins as a model and an actor. After his appearance as Cedric Diggory in the 2005 Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire movie, Rob's career took off, and his dating life went with it. His girlfriend at the time was his next-door neighbor, a fellow student at drama school, and a longtime friend back in London, Nina Schubert. The two dated for 3 years, from 2003 to their breakup in 2006, when the Remember Me actor moved to Los Angeles to further his career. Although their breakup must have hurt, the pair have maintained a cordial friendship ever since. As Nina told New Zealand publication Stuff in 2019, Robert Pattinson is still a really good friend. Considering how young the actor was when he literally uprooted his life to start over in LA, it became the milestone point for his career transformation. Barely 3 years later, Robert Pattinson's career was on a rise. Twilight, the first movie in the Twilight saga series, was released in 2008, and Rob was the handsome leading man that took the world by storm. His chemistry with his leading lady, Kristen Stewart, was off the charts, and fans needed zero push to drive the Edward Bella ship. Soon enough, the fictional romance would come to life in reality. By 2009, Kristen Stewart and Robert Pattinson were one of the most loved couples in Hollywood at the time. For the 4 years that their relationship lasted, they were constantly in the news, and most of it was good, up until the very end. Looking back on their relationship, Kristen Stewart told Howard Stern, "We were together for years. That was my first love. I was super in love with my high school boyfriend. Super f***ing in love with him. But me and Rob were a little older, and it was just goo-gooing. He's the best." But was he really? A momentary indiscretion led to the end of a beautiful love story, and you won't believe who was responsible. In 2012, Kristen Stewart was filming for Snow White and the Huntsman when she was captured making out with the director Rupert Sanders, who was married. He was also 19 years older than her. The cheating scandal was nothing short of disastrous. To date, it remains one of the most dramatic ends to a widely celebrated relationship. Fans were hurt and angry. The media was vicious, and the people involved became nothing more than objects for observation and intrusion. But the most unique thing about the situation was that Robert Pattinson's solid refusal to discuss the issue allowed it to sizzle down. If he had commented at the time, it would have been an eruption. Kristen Stewart had already accepted blame and released a public apology in 2012, stating, "I'm deeply sorry for the hurt and embarrassment I've caused to those close to me and everyone this has affected. This momentary indiscretion has jeopardized the most important thing in my life, the person I love and respect the most, Rob. I love him. I love him. I'm so sorry." But it took about 2 years for the British actor to address the situation, and when he was ready, he did it in the most mature way possible. In 2014, Robert Pattinson told Esquire, "Shit happens, you know? It's just young people. It's normal. And honestly, who gives a shit?" Explaining why he chose not to talk about the situation in the heat of the moment. The hardest part was talking about it afterwards, because when you talk about other people, it affects them in ways you can't predict. It's like that scene in Doubt, where the character is talking about how to take back gossip. They throw all those feathers from a pillow into the sky, and you've got to go and collect all the feathers. Honestly, We have to agree with the Batman actor. Gossip is not something you can take back or control, and when you are in the Hollywood spotlight, you can't even dictate what becomes subject to gossip. For all his clowning in interviews and made-up stories of dead clowns, Robert Pattinson manages to keep the chaos in his personal life to a minimum. But some things tend to get too far out of control. Shortly after his relationship with Kristen Stewart ended in 2013, Rob was rumored to be dating Sean Penn and Robin Wright's daughter, Dylan Penn. But the rumors were quickly put out, and in 2014, Robert Pattinson was officially in a new relationship. This time, his leading lady was Talia Debrett Barnett, who you most likely know as singer-songwriter FKA Twigs. Rob and FKA Twigs' relationship started in 2014, and it was a beauty to behold, especially when they stunned red carpets together. They started as friends, but things got pretty serious early on in the relationship, and people believed they were engaged about 6 months into their love story. But being in the public eye comes with a lot of scrutiny and negative comments. FKA Twigs was constantly subjected to criticism and racism from Rob's fans. The reason for their hate, as the singer told Louis Theroux on his show, Grounded with Louis Theroux, was primarily because he was their white Prince Charming, and I think they considered that he should definitely be with someone white and blonde, and not me. People called me the most hurtful and ignorant and horrible names on the planet. The blatant racism and online trolling took a toll on the singer's mental health and inevitably created a strain on their relationship. The fact that they had clashing schedules didn't help either, and in 2017, FKA Twigs and Robert Pattinson broke up. But Rob didn't give up on love. A year after his relationship with FKA Twigs ended, the Tenet actor was in a relationship with English model, singer, and actress Suki Waterhouse. After 2 relationships that went sour because of the public lens, it is unsurprising that Rob is very committed to keeping his relationship with Suki under wraps. Rob told Sunday Times, "If you let people in, it devalues what love is. If a stranger on the street asked you about your relationship, you'd think it extremely rude. If you put up a wall, it ends up better." It definitely seems better because the love story between the Water for Elephants actor and the Love Rosie actress seems to be getting serious by the day. Although they are yet to make a red carpet debut together, Rob and Suki have been in a relationship for about 4 years, and they are rumored to be engaged. Robert Pattinson hasn't had the best luck in his relationships, and most of them have turned out in darker endings than you would expect. But he is a romantic, and one can only send positive thoughts his way, as we hope that he and Suki continue to grow together in their relationship. Do you think the paparazzi was the main problem in Rob's dating history? Is it just the price of fame that has given him such love stories? Let us know in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this story, feel free to like this video and subscribe to The Chronicle for more inside stories on your favorite celebrities.